Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network live, woodwardsports.com as always. Adham, Beydoun, Jeff, Iafrate. Man, you know what? It's Friday. You know, I kind of started the show off this way yesterday, Fish. It's cold as hell. But I can't say that because I'm so used to saying it, I don't know why, but it's just cold.
I told you today it'd be colder.
It is so cold today.
It is.
I woke up angry because of how cold it was.
Well, yeah, I told you it'd be colder yesterday.
You know what's sick?
Or today,
is the last couple days
was.
it's been this cold in the morning, but by the time you get home, it's actually not that bad.
Won't be today. Good luck.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think with wind chill, it's going to feel like minus 9 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's not gonna get above 0 Fahrenheit.
That is
so. Good luck. I told you yesterday. By the way, whoever did that cam work yesterday, superb. Commented on that yesterday.
What camera work?
Oh, that clip.
During the clip that got viral yesterday.
I forgot who made it. Whoever did.
Oh yeah.
Whoever did the camera work.
Great clip.
I don't know who did the camera work yesterday, but he did a phenomenal job yesterday.
Do you now see my frustration now that you get to see it from an outside perspective?
Frustration of
you.
In terms of, I guess not. Then
I'm never gonna get anywhere with this.
Talk to me.
I try.
Well, you didn't.
This is a horrible relationship. It's toxic.
Sounds like you guys need.
You don't listen enough.
Couples counseling.
Yeah, I swear to God.
What do you mean I don't listen enough to you? You tell me what to do and I do it.
Just
at least I try. Well,
I'm just talking shit.
Well, okay.
Anyways, shut the hell up. We got a show to do. Great show today.
I wanted to shout out the camera guy who did yesterday's show.
Well, he's
the first 10 minutes.
Okay, fine. Yes, congratulations. Look, we got a cool show today. 8:15, DJ Chark. Sign him, let him go. Clearly, kind of wants to be here. We'll have that conversation about DJ Chark. 8:30, we'll get to the Senior Bowl. 8:45, Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson says his relationship with the Lions is, quote, trending up. Okay.
What does that mean? I don't know.
When I tell you what it means, you're going to get upset with me. 9 o'clock, this is going to be fun. You know, in honor of Tom Brady retiring, Jeff and I will release our top 5 quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
And I am waiting for one name to be in that list. And I hope to God you either A, have them, or B, don't have them. Because either way, it's going to be hell on the show. So at 9 o'clock, I can't wait for this list reveal. All right? 9:15. We'll get to the Pro Bowl competition. We'll get to free agency. We'll get to all that.
Skills competition was last night. I did not tap in once.
To what?
Skills competition yesterday for NFL.
Oh, it was last night?
Yeah,
that's right.
did not even think about tapping
I watched
in.
it.
I know you did. You commented on that. You said you watched it. You saw Peneso throw a water balloon, I think.
Yeah, Frank.
That's what it means to go to the Pro Bowl.
Jared Goff was slinging it too.
Jared Goff's in the Pro Bowl. Tyler Huntley's in the Pro Bowl.
Ahmad Ra had a front flip off a diving board, caught the football. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's not the most entertaining thing, but I wanted to tune in to watch the Lions players.
By the way, before we start, today is a special day, as you may have picked up before the show.
What is it?
If you look at the dates, there's a special player's number that's relating to today's date and year.
2-3-20-23.
Yeah? Do you have any guesses of what famous athlete?
What, 2-3?
Is it a real day?
You talking about like MJ, LeBron, 23?
Ding, ding, ding. I guess they're calling it Jordan Day because it's 2-3-23-23.
Well, it's not, because technically it's 2-3-20-23.
Well,
technically. I'm just saying. But that still makes no sense.
I just looked on the TV and they were saying it's Jordan Day. Yeah, they were just saying it's Jordan Day on the TV.
It's just a slow day in sports, buddy. That's all it is.
I mean,
it's Michael Jordan Day.
I don't know how. I mean, you got NFL skills yesterday, NHL skills today, NHL All-Star Game tomorrow, Pro Bowl Sunday, NBA, college basketball. There's nothing slow about that. But,
yeah. You know what? 9:30, by the way. I want to have a LeBron conversation.
Oh.
You know me.
Maybe LeBron versus Jordan on Jordan Day?
But 63 points shy of breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record.
Significant.
Did you see how much the tickets were going for? I really want to make sure
we have this conversation before he breaks it and after. So.
Did you see how much the tickets were going for?
No, I did not.
Reported like $95,000.
For what? For floor tickets, obviously?
Well, it didn't really specify. It just says tickets for the game. I'm assuming.
Are you going to go?
Well, I mean, I'm in Detroit, so no, I'm not going to go.
Yeah, but you could totally fly your private jet and head down there.
Fly back. I mean, that'd be ideal. That'd be cool. But no.
Oh man, would you?
As much as I love the Lakers,
would you pay $95,000 to watch an individual player break a record? And I'll give you the equivalent.
I mean, you got to give me what's my net worth here?
Well, you have all the.
I mean,
let's say
I got to be sure he's breaking the record
you had to
too.
pay 50% of your annual income.
Oh wow!
To just whatever you make.
Yeah.
20,000 or 150,000. It doesn't matter. You had to pay half of your annual income to go watch, for example, Barry Sanders set the all-time record, or not set the all-time record, run for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
And
set the rushing record in a season.
You can do Calvin breaking a single season record, go to that final game where he broke it. Would you pay that ridiculous amount of money to go watch an individual break a record or accomplish something or do something special?
Well, you know what would be completely free? Sitting on my couch, turning on the game, and watching him break the record.
You know, I was hoping we would have a better conversation, but look at you being a fucking lazy ass.
But you know what I actually did before that I didn't know I did? I went to a Cleveland Cavaliers game, didn't even know the circumstances of it. The ticket prices weren't even that bad, and I got to see LeBron break MJ's record of consecutive double-digit points scored in a row. So that stuff just kind of happens, but for this to break the all-time leading score in NBA history, I mean, it's pretty significant. But would I pay all that money? Hell no. No.
Would you pay to watch Kobe's last game again? Front court? I'm telling you.
Talking like...
Yeah, I'm talking like big baller.
Honestly,
front row at any event.
Yeah. No, well...
See, because I'm going to say no to every single one.
Nope. Kobe's different.
Except one. A team event. So, for example, if I get to watch my favorite sports team in the Super Bowl, in the Stanley Cup Final, in the World Series, I'm shelling out the money. But for an individual player, where I'm going to fly across the country or do something really stupid and irresponsible, if I'm going to be irresponsible, it's because the Lions are in the Super Bowl. Or the Pistons are in the NBA Finals.
Mind you, that's just for tickets. That's not including the food prices you have to pay.
Well, I'm saying, like, team event, I would totally do.
Lions in the Super Bowl, yeah, you're paying that.
I would pay whatever it would take.
Yeah.
Got to take my dad, right? Yeah. But am I going to take my dad to go watch LeBron break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record? I wasn't even alive when he retired. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Crazy to me.
And me and the guy who paid all that money will have the same memory as me turning on TV. Where were you both? Well, I watched him break the record.
I mean,
one guy will get to see it in person. I'll see it at home, but we both saw the same thing. He just got to see it in person. So I'm not mad. Save all that money. Watch it from your couch.
I'm a big team guy.
It'll still be an enjoyable
experience. I'm willing to dump out money to go support the team. But to go watch Miguel Cabrera hit number 3,000 or hit home run number 500, no. Now, if Miguel Cabrera was a long-time Detroit Tiger and somehow, some way he caught up to Hank Aaron and Barry Bonds, okay, now you're like pulling at me. If it was a Detroit Piston that was going to break that record and he was an all-time Piston, spent his career, okay, you can hit me with it. But national, I'm not going to pay to watch Kobe's game or LeBron's final game or Tom Brady's final game. No, kick rocks.
I love this comment too. Eric Burrow, I paid to watch the Lions get to an 0-16 season. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
That was money well spent. You watched history, good or bad, right?
Yeah. And Chuck says, Jeff, and 2 years later, 100 times as many people that could fit in the arena will claim they were there. Yeah. It's like,
prove me wrong. I'll go buy the ticket stub online.
Like, I was there.
Prove me wrong, bitch.
I was in the back,
How about all the Miami Heat fans that to this day said they never left the arena, but they did? Huh? How many of those do you think there are?
Yeah.
How many? Do you remember that?
Yeah. You're talking when
they
Ray
got locked out when Ray Allen hit the...
when Ray hit the shot.
Imagine being a piece of shit fan and leaving your team in an NBA Finals. Even if the Pistons were losing by 40 to the Spurs in Game 7, I would have stuck it out there. Because you know what? I paid my way there, and I'm going to enjoy the journey. Win or lose.
Right. That's a good man.
Fake fans. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How many of them literally were caught on camera walking out like, oh, was it me? Was it me? What? No, never.
No.
Never.
No. Guys are trying to get back in the arena.
Oh,
I mean, listen, no one. At the end of the day, all you get is your bragging rights and photos and videos you take from the arena. I think going out and paying all that money to see, events like that, unless you have the money to just throw away and spend, I don't think anybody would do that.
Yeah, again, even if you don't, like, I'm willing to bet any money you'd refinance your house. You would sell a car. You would sell your favorite trading card. You would sell your prized possession. If I told you the Lions were in the Super Bowl, you would do whatever it would take to take your father,
well, now the Lions,
your significant other,
now the
whoever
Lions.
it is that you grew up with, or whatever tie you have to them. You would make it out there, even if it cost $15,000 round trip with the ticket. You would find a way. Not to go watch that.
No.
I'll pass on watching a player put a ball in a basket that I'm going to see on ESPN for the next week on repeat. I'll pass.
Yeah. But to your point, if it's local, maybe
if it's team related, I can get behind team related.
I'm not going to drive out, get a plane over to Oklahoma City.
If I got to go fly to Germany to see the Lions clinch a division title, I would do it. For the opportunity, I should say, to clinch a division title, I would do it. Now, they don't play overseas that late in the season, but I'm just giving you an example. It's been, almost 30 years?
Would you go to Philly if they played Philly?
Well, he'd go anywhere in America.
If the Lions played, let's say the Lions play the Eagles.
Oh, see.
NFC Championship.
See, this is what you don't know about me.
You're going to Philly.
You think Philly fans are bad? I'm a motherfucker.
I would love to see you.
They have zero
Philly.
Chance against me.
I would love to see you in Philly.
I can talk as much shit as anybody else can.
One of my buddies lives in Philly, man. He tells me all the time. Those guys are brutal
fly,
out there.
Eagles, fly.
They're different.
They're awful.
They're different in Philly.
I know somebody who took his kids there, and they were throwing snowballs, and the Lions were losing by like 30, 40 points. And it was the Donovan McNabb game.
Yeah.
Remember with those stupid-ass, awful jerseys that I can't say what I really think they look like, but, 2023... Gotta watch what I say. All good, no problem.
The kids?
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Remember that? Who was the running back? Brian Westbrook? Son of a bitch. Yes. God, they mauled us. That was the 0-16 year, wasn't it?
So they're throwing snowballs at kids who support an 0-16 team. Like, they already go through enough. Yeah. I mean,
horrible.
Jesus.
But let's take a break. That was fun. When we get back, DJ Chark. You keep him, or do you let him go? I'm kind of indifferent on this, but... the money tells me to make a decision. I don't know if you're going to agree, Jeff. As productive as he was when available. Mm-hmm. We'll get to that next, but before we do, I got to tell you about my good friends over at Cousins Maine Lobster. It is cold as balls outside.
It is. It's cold.
And a hot clam chowder soup just sounds absolutely amazing right now. Scan the QR code on your screen. Find out where the food trucks are. Check them out and let them know Woodward Sports sent you, and they'll take care of your lobster main roll, lobster tacos, but on a day like today, clam chowder soup to die for. We'll be right back in just a minute.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, Blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the three biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live, woodwardsports.com. You know, we're having a conversation during the break. You know, what game did you leave early for that you regret? And Matt Broder, who's in our studio right now, just hanging out with us this morning, said he left the Malice at the Palace as a kid. Was it because of your dad? Or you guys just decided to leave early?
It was a friend's mom. I was in 7th grade. Friend's mom. The game was over, and we were like, let's just...
Fish, let's get him set up, too. But that to me, I think is an interesting conversation. We can all have maybe later on in the show.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it around 9:30. Well, we'll switch around. We'll have fun with it. But a sporting event you regret leaving.
And I got a couple.
I think we can do that. I only have one that I truly regret, and I told you guys during the break. So, DJ Chark, Lions wide receiver, soon to be free agent. Does he fit the plans for 23? Before I ask you about the money, before I ask you, do you want him back or do you release him? Does he fit in their plans for 23?
I would say yes. He's a player that
How so?
proved, number one, that if you need him, you can rely on him, especially late in the season. When him and Goff had got that chemistry, that rapport, he started producing late in the season. The biggest thing, though, is his health, which that was a question when you signed him. He missed a ton of games this season, but when he came back, he played well. I think if you're asking me, does he fit, I would say yes, he fits. I think he plays well. You got Amon-Ra, who's your slot, DJ, who's a good outside receiver. You throw a go ball or two to him every game, and then you get Jameson. So I think he fits, but my issue isn't just about fit. It's about a couple things. You look at the wide receivers that are all free agents this season, you could make a legitimate argument he's the best receiver available. Like, I'll give you some names, and you tell me if you'd rather have these guys over DJ Chark.
Okay.
Nelson Aguilar. Sterling Shepard.
How do you want me to answer? Yes or no?
Yes or no. Just say it.
If I prefer Chark over...
Nelson Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay. Sterling Shepard. Maybe you have to think about that one.
No.
No. Okay.
For the Lions or just the team?
Just in general.
Yeah, in
like
general,
these are free agent
for
wide
the
receivers.
Lions.
Okay.
Yes.
Randall Cobb.
Yes.
Marvin Jones.
Yes.
Brian Pringle.
Yes.
Alan Lazard. Maybe you have to think about that one.
Pass on that one.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
No.
Jarvis Landry.
Yes.
See, these are the wide receivers that he's going to be competing with to get jobs. So I think a team out there's a couple teams with cap space. I think the Giants have a ton of cap space. They need wide receivers. That's the problem with all of this, and I think that's why I don't think DJ will return. And you heard him talking with Amon-Ra on their podcast on the 33rd team, and he said, I want to return to Detroit, but at this point I'm just going to let my fate be decided. And I think what he means by that is he wants a long-term deal. And I don't know if the Lions will be able to give it to him, considering they got to bring other guys back, and they want to probably sign, like we talked about, a veteran corner or a veteran linebacker in free agency. So I don't think it makes sense money-wise, but if you're talking about the player fitting, I think it does make sense. I just think the wide receiver class this offseason rather, just isn't that. It's not really the most interesting pool of players.
So he played the first 3 games of the year. He went down injured. Didn't come back till week 11. Didn't really play till week, 13. And in that 6-week stretch, he put together roughly 400 yards and 1 touchdown on roughly 24, 25 catches. Not bad. Not the end of the world. Productive, yes. When available, yes. But does he fit the plan? I don't think so. I still think you will have an effective offense with Jared Goff, that backfield, that offensive line, Amon-Ra St. Brown, hopefully a dynamic breakout year 2 for Jameson Williams, alongside Josh Reynolds, who Jared Goff has very good rapport with, and the occasional Khalif Raymond pass where you're like, I didn't even know he was on the field, and there he goes for 20, 30 yards.
Right.
So that's also not to mention, Jeff, James Mitchell, Brock Wright. Do you draft a tight end? The money that it would take, and it wouldn't count against the cap too much, to be honest, if we're playing the cap game, but not worth it. Not worth it, but I would prefer him over a lot of those free agents. Yeah. But I think he's going to be looking for a 3-year deal, 4-year deal. You know, he's a father, family man, great man, does community work. I think he's looking for somewhere to call home for the next few years. I don't think he's looking for another 1-year deal, prove-it year. If anything, down the stretch, when he was healthy, he proved he could be an effective wide receiver in the NFL.
Now, the benefit the Lions have is with 2 rookie wide receivers who are going to be playing significantly for you next year, you have that flexibility to be able to offer him a little more money. Now, the question is, how much money does he command? And that's something that you're going to have to wait till free agency to decide. But I do think there'll be a team out there that will pay DJ Chark. You see that small sample size. You've seen the body of work his previous seasons. The big question is always staying healthy for DJ, but when he's there, he's productive for the most part. So I think a team like, I'm going to say it again, the Giants, who's going to be out looking for free agent wide receivers, that might be a place for DJ. I would like him to return. But to your point, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, you're going to have Jamison back. He's going to move into that DJ Chark role on the, that number 2, running go ball, or getting out there running go routes, every other game like DJ did pretty much. That was his role for Jared Goff. But yeah, no, I'm not going to. It won't break my heart to see DJ Chark leave. I think the Lions will be just fine. The wide receiver core still has plenty of depth. It really does. And I hope DJ gets paid because that's what he's looking for at the end of the day.
I just don't think the Lions can give him the money or the long-term deal he's looking for. And it's not long. It's not a 5-6 year deal. But
even a 3-year deal.
2-3 year deals to me is still too much. Brad Holmes has shied away from it. Outside of Jamal Williams, Brad Holmes really hasn't offered out 2, 3, 4-year deals. Multi-year contracts with, guaranteed money. It's really not been his MO. He's been stout in the draft. He's been very responsible with the money in free agency. He's missed on a few people, sure. Everybody does. But I'm not going to kill myself over Trinity Benson, but, the point is, you are evolving. If you want to go look at your projected cap space for 2024, then 2025, the money is there.
Right.
He fixed a lot of problems that were left for him to deal with by Bob Quinn and Fat Fuck. Okay? And we don't say his name here on the show, so if anybody says it, you'll be in trouble.
Pencilhead.
Pencilhead, that's another good one.
Or I guess pencil ear.
Anything but his real name. Having said that, I know. Having said that, though, Chark is valuable. And as much as I wouldn't want to pay him on a 2-3 year deal, I also am not naive to look at how impactful he was.
Definitely.
And look, we're not going to associate wins and losses with any specific player, okay? But they couldn't win a game when he was out. So remember that. They were 1-2 when he was on the field, and they were 0-5 when he was off it. Came back, didn't really play in the Giants game. Took him his 3rd week back to finally get acclimated in the offense, and he gave you some stat lines, man. He gave you some. He gave you that vertical, on 2nd and 4, on 2nd and 3.
Oh, they're throwing it up to him.
We're going to take our shot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be 40, 50, 60 yards downfield, but a 15-yard comeback route, or even, hell, just a straight up go and a jump ball. Go get it. He was there down the stretch. And I don't think Jameson Williams provides that. I don't think Amon-Ra provides it. Not Reynolds, and not Khalif Raymond. So you want to be versatile. Yeah, I do think you bring him back, though. Considering what the free agent class is, I'm not spending a 1st-round pick on a wide receiver. I'm not spending a 2nd-round pick on the wide receiver. I'm not spending a 3rd-round pick on a wide receiver. So if anybody is going to stay, if anybody is going to get a 2-3 year deal, I'd be open to DJ Chark. The type of physical wide receiver, every team wants one. He's unique. He's special in his own way. Is he elite? No. Is he your best receiver? No. But he offers an element that you don't get out of Amon-Ra, you don't get out of Jameson. And I think that matters.
And good teams, for the most part, you got a plethora of wide receivers. Like you look at even the Bengals.
And they all do different things.
Absolutely. The Vikings, the Bengals, you can name a couple. The Chiefs are looking for more wide receivers. But if you have Jameson, DJ, and Amon-Ra, solid group of wide receivers. And to your point about DJ, what he provided is you have to account for him every single down he's out there with his speed. And Jameson, I believe, will kind of groom into that role and do what DJ did, but why not have both of them? So I'm with you. I wouldn't mind re-signing him. I just think with the very, very shallow free agent, wide receiver market right now, or the class rather, excuse me, I think he's going to get more money, and I applaud him for doing that. If he does,
and congratulations, go get a 3-year deal.
Right.
If he wants to come back on a 1-year contract, be my guest.
Because like I said, Bears, Giants, the
I
teams
get
have
it,
money.
but I find it difficult to pay a guy, again, who struggled with injuries.
That's the concern.
Do I like what he offers this team? Oh, yes. It's different, right?
Yeah.
Now I can do whatever I want any given play. Having said that, are they going to miss him dearly if he's not back? No. Are you going to miss some elements of what he can do? Yes. But that's your job as a team, is to work around it and find solutions.
And that's why I think J-Mo...
Jameson Williams, you're banking on him breaking out year 2. I'm not saying Justin Jefferson numbers, but you're looking at 1,200 yards.
He's going to fill that void if you lose DJ Chark.
100%.
So
100%. Well, look, let's take a break. When we get back, let's do some Senior Bowl standouts. Any players' lines you think they should consider? There are a few, and there are a few that I think really did a hell of a job in improving their draft stock. You even saw some wide receivers from locally do a pretty damn decent job. You had you had Reed, and you had our boy up in Ann Arbor. God, I'm forgetting Ronnie Bell. So you had some locals down there. Went well. We'll get to the Senior Bowl coming up next. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com for more information.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Jeff Iafrate here. Let me tell you about our friends at Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck, because it is the home of the original football bowling game. 2 to play for $12, the unlimited open play, or you can pay $120 for a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 mystery beer machine, full bar. Check it all out, fullingwarehouse.com.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live, woodwardsports.com, 8:29. All right. You look at the Senior Bowl, and you know what? Unfortunately, and I will say the word unfortunately, last year we had to deal with Malik Willis at the Senior Bowl, and a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of players that you just didn't want. But I'll tell you who the standouts have been that I've kept my eye on. I don't think they're must-haves, but you consider them. And we'll start with Kansas State corner Julius Brents. I think he stood out so far. I think he's had a hell of a week. He's got the size, 6'3", 202 pounds. Big player for his position. Loves to be physical, gets his hands on you. Yes, coming out of the Big 12. But you know what? You can't hold labels and narratives on players. You can't, because Tom Brady and all these players, everybody misses a few players every now and then. And when we talk about the Lions' secondary needs, you want to look at a player who who knows where he goes. It's definitely not a day one player or even day two. Stock could rise, who knows? But you talk to me about getting a corner in the first round. Well, there's a corner later on for you. So that's my first standout. I'll go to my second one, Jeff, and then I'll let you kind of dive in. This one, how do I say this kindly? This is such a interesting position because you could probably not even draft this guy. And you could probably draft him in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round, to be honest with you. And that's Tyjae Spears, running back. Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
I love it. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
No, keep going. I love it.
Tulane running back.
Yeah.
Look, powerful for his size. I think you just got to take flyers. All right, I'm not going to sit here and pitch you on these players and tell you, hey, Jeff, studs. They're going to work.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is, when you look at the Senior Bowl, I'm looking for people that overcome adversity. I'm looking for character, and I'm looking for players I think step in day one and just contribute. I'm not saying Pro Bowl. I'm not saying all pro, but contribute. And in the backfield, that holds Jamal Williams, who, reality sucks sometimes. A guy who carried the ball for, 3.8 yards a carry? Who was a goal line back, basically.
Yeah.
But he is a leader on this team, and you gotta give that some value.
And he's always available, which that's important.
DeAndre Swift, who is never available, who's quite the opposite. Explosive at times and frustrating as hell to watch at other times. So you don't have a backfield that is set in stone. And, I brought up, I forgot his name now. Vaughn, the running back out of Kansas State. Deuce Vaughn.
Yep.
Would love to see him in Detroit. Think he fits the mold perfectly. Having said that, Tyler Algier, 5th-round draft pick. Isaiah Pacheco, 7th-round draft pick. I look at a guy like Tyjae Spears. I look at a guy like Deuce Vaughn, who's not at the Senior Bowl, but some of these guys, hey, I really like what I'm seeing, Jeff.
I'll go, and it's funny because I'm glad you brought him up, Tyjae Spears. 19 touchdowns, by the way, at Tulane this season. So, love the pick. Another guy I'm going to bring up, another corner, Darius Rush, senior at South Carolina. And he was playing alongside Cam Smith, who's going to be probably one of the top corners, probably in the 2nd round. But Darius Rush, if you guys have watched any tape from the Senior Bowl, I've watched a couple clips of Darius Rush, and the guy is stride for stride. And again, don't know the talent of wide receiver. We talk about Ronnie Bell, Jaden Reed, but still, Darius Rush looked good this season. 2 interceptions, 7 pass deflections. I mean, a guy that you probably can get late in a draft. I've seen some projections. People have him 6th, 6th, 7th round. But again, big corner. He's 200 pounds. I liked what I saw, and the name caught me, Darius Rush. So, like what I saw about him. But he was stride for stride with a lot of guys, man. If you catch any of those clips. And he was great the last couple of years at South Carolina. Real cream of wheat, hit it right on the head. Rush was great last year. Yeah, and you can get him like 5th round. It's not going to be a guy that's going to go high in the draft. So,
what do you think of Ronnie Bell? Let's stay local for a little bit. A wide receiver reminds me, no, because not the last name, but David Bell, where last year you just weren't sure where he was going.
Yeah.
I mean, originally mock drafts coming out, he was a 1st-round pick.
But his speed hurt him.
And then it was, he's a 2nd-round pick. And then, he kept falling. Where does Ronnie Bell go? If you're a team. Now, we're not talking about the Lions right now.
Yeah.
Ronnie Bell? 3rd? But no. Size is a concern. So maybe 4th round pick. I think 4th is fair. I'd take a shot on Ronnie Bell in the 4th round if I'm a GM. Excellent route runner. Senior, right? He's an adult. I'm not bringing in a kid to my team. He's old enough to come in, acclimate himself, and hopefully produce day one. Maybe not, again, not a Pro Bowl or not an All-Pro. It doesn't need to always be that. But I look at Ronnie Bell. I'm very intrigued by where he's going to go this upcoming draft.
I've seen comparisons to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 6 foot, good route runner. Just that mold. Not the fastest guy, but
I think St. Brown was so much more physical.
And
a way better blocker.
No, definitely. I'm not saying his complete game, but just where he's projected. He's probably going to be a 3rd, 4th round receiver. We know the talent Ronnie Bell has. He's made some impressive catches over the last couple of years for Michigan, but he's going to fall in the draft. So that's the thing. And I can't wait to the combine to see how these guys run. The 40-yard dash. I mean, that's important for all these players.
Any tight ends standing out for you in the Senior Bowl? I got one, but it's not even.
Who is it?
Lucas Musgrave.
Okay.
Tight end. Oregon State. It's not the sexiest thing. I just to be honest with you. But again, we're talking about guys who have had good weeks so far. He's one of them. So I remember this time last year, it was Malik Willis caught the attention of the entire world. The Lions were at the Senior Bowl coaching. I think that's why he got more coverage last year than maybe it has this year. But look, you're looking for players, and let's all be honest. You got arguably the most capable front office you've ever had in this franchise's history. Looking for players. Kind of confident. Kind of.
Yeah.
Just looking at Brad Holmes' first 2 drafts, I think he's done okay, right? I think he's done a decent job.
And just
nothing special.
Little FYI, only drafted 2 wide receivers. And I mean, they're both, at least Ahmad Ra was a hit in the 4th round, but Jamison looks to be a hit. So if Brad's going to take one, I think I'm confident in who he takes, no matter who it is.
Before we move on, speaking of who he takes, a majority of his picks have been on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
And Malcolm Rodriguez is nice. He's nice. Derek Barnes is fine. Lee McNeil,
starter.
Promising.
Yeah.
James Houston. Aiden Hutchinson, pure cocaine. Josh Pascal, to be determined, but promising. Definitely promising. Kirby Joseph, certified stud. So his first draft class, you didn't really walk away with a stud defensive player. And you paid for it in 2022. And then this past NFL draft, you took Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Pascal, Kirby Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez, James Houston, Chase Lucas. And outside of Chase Lucas, they all contributed. Some at a really high level, some at a average level, some below average because of injury problems. But regardless, and your defense was better down the stretch. And a lot of it was from young rookie play, notably James Houston, Aiden Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph. So I'm giving Brad Holmes 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a third-round pick, a fifth-round pick. Yeah, you know what? Pretty sure something good is coming out of this draft class. Feeling really good, man. Last year we were kind of, I won't speak for you, so I'm not going to say you. I'll at least speak for myself. I was still nervous this time last year about what were the Lions going to do, and it was such a heated conversation in town. And obviously you know where I stand on the whole Malik Willis quarterback stuff last year, but whatever, beyond the point. This year, kind of just chill. Anybody have that feeling, or is it just me? I'm going to have my opinion. I'm going to have my say of who I want. I'm definitely going to tell you that. I'm definitely going to tell you whether I like a pick or not. But, yeah, you know what? These last 2 drafts, but kind of liking it. Kind of liking what I'm seeing.
Well, I was going to say, you can't deny it's gotten a little easier for you now. The first draft was the worst for me because I didn't know what to expect. It's Brad's first draft. The second one, a little skeptical. Even at Brass Rail when he traded up, to, what was it, 12?
Oh, yeah,
to get
hit
Jameson.
My wife because of that.
We didn't know where he was going.
I remember.
But now, a year later, we're 2 drafts in. I think I'm a little less nervous. At this point, I'm just like, let's roll, man. Let's get the draft going.
I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, confident with Brad Holmes at the helm. Definitely.
Honestly. Like, it's such a... And I'm only bringing this up because, what are we now? A year and a few months on the show together, right? Just over a year. And this time last year, I remember sitting here exactly doing the shows with you. And, man, it was I don't want to say toxic, but really trying to find some common ground, not just between us, but with everybody in the chat, everybody watching at home, listening on the app, or whatever it is.
Malik, Kyle Hamilton.
Trying to figure out who the pick was. And maybe this year you're not going to argue as much, or maybe you are once we start doing the draft talk more. But, Brad Holmes is in charge. That's the common denominator for the last 2 years. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I really am. I'm just excited Maybe excited's the key word today.
Were you ever
Just
excited when Matt Millen was drafting?
Oh, absolutely. I want to see what he'd fuck up next. I mean, that was glory days, Matt Millen. You'd read the newspaper.
Eating your popcorn?
You would grab the latest newspaper, sit down with your dad for a breakfast in the morning, and you would read the Lions are going to take another wide receiver. And your dad would tell you, son, he would sit you down, as my dad's exact words to me when they took Mike Williams. Son, this is why we suck. Folded the newspaper, left me alone. I didn't see him for another 8 hours, came back from work.
He really he kept it real with you.
Yeah, my dad taught me young. Taught me pain. It's pretty depressing, actually, looking back at it now. My dad, honest to God, that is such an important thing to acknowledge. Because the good times aren't even worth it if you never experience some bad times. Like, honestly. I know it's been a long, long, long haul for a lot of you. I'm only 29. I can only speak for myself. It's felt like forever. I can't imagine some of you who are 35, 40, 45, 50, in your 60s that have been waiting forever. But said this going into last season. Never been more confident in the front office. And now that the offseason is here, we can speculate on who we want or who they should go after or what prototype player they should go. That's all great. Love it. I'm game for it. Can't wait to have this discussion for the next few months with all of you. But I'm going to sleep well at night knowing that my GM, and obviously yours, isn't going to take Malik Willis at number 2 overall or take a safety number 2 overall or this year at number 6. Go take Quentin Johnston, number 6 overall. I'm going to sleep good at night, knowing he's not going to do that. Now, if it was Matt Millen or Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia in charge, you're potentially talking about the Lions trading up from pick 6, giving up all their draft capital to take a center. You never know. Because with Bob Quinn and Matt Millen and those fuck-ups, you never know.
And that goes for other organizations as well. I mean, Troy Weaver with the Pistons, I think now I sleep a little better at night knowing that you're not going to take Luke Kennard or Stanley Johnson and miss out on impactful players. So it's a great time in the city of Detroit sports. It really is. You should just at least train yourself a little bit. Like, just let it go a little bit. It's all good. And you know what? I won't lie to you either. It's a lot easier for me to pitch this and try to sell you on this when the team wins 8 of 10 down the stretch. If this is the team picking 2nd or 3rd overall with the 2nd or 3rd worst record in the NFL and no sign of progress, we're having a bit different conversations here. And it's a bit uncomfortable, not questioning the front office because, boy, they've hit on the draft picks. They haven't fucked up in free agency. But, the conversation's different and it's not as inspiring. I think you can be inspired and you can believe in this football team heading into next year. Mm-hmm. And I get to sleep good at night knowing that the front office, their staff, the scouts, the GM aren't going to fuck me. And to say what my dad always tells me from when I was a kid till now, Dad, they'll always find a way to fuck you. They as in the Lions. I can sleep well at night knowing they won't. At least this front office. Fair? Can we all agree on something here? Agreed.
There's no Matt Millen in the office. There's no Martin Mayhew. There's no Bob Quinn. Feeling really good about the front office. We'll take a break. When we get back, Calvin Johnson says his relationship with the Lions is trending upwards. What does that mean? And is this just kind of irrelevant and we make a bigger deal out of it than what it is? I want to get to that next, but before we do, I got to tell you about where I went and got my haircut yesterday. That's at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Yes, I do not look like a grizzly bear. Yes, I look and feel a lot better. Now, some of you would disagree, but that's your opinion. Mine is I look fantastic. And it's all thanks to Lady Jane's. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week, walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. They're awesome stylists, will take care of you like they take care of me. So, get to a local Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization, we serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Join Big D Energy and Ermanni and Edwards live from Matrix Home Solution.
Here!
Their grand opening.
Oh, so excited.
In Plymouth. I can't wait. From 11 to 4. We'll be down there all day, having a great time, giving away awesome prizes, autographs, pictures, you name it. We'll be down having a great time. See you today at Matrix Home Solution, their grand opening in Plymouth, 41303 Concept Drive in Plymouth, Michigan. Come check us out. Come meet Darren, Braylon, and the whole team. We are back.
Ooh.
Here on the Morning Woodward Show, live, woodwardsports.com. Calvin Johnson. I love Calvin Johnson.
My favorite player of all time. Love him.
I unfortunately only got to catch the tail end years of Barry Sanders. Obviously, watching highlights, he was incredible. But I can't say as an adult or as even a teenager that I was able to experience Barry Sanders. I'd be lying to you. I lived it through my dad. I lived it through YouTube, obviously, as a young kid. That's how I lived through Barry Sanders. I lived arguably the third greatest wide receiver in NFL history. And I got almost 10 years of it. A decade, almost a decade, of some of the most unreal, exceptional, dominant performances. Whether it was Dallas, whether it was Atlanta, whether it was Cincinnati. You name the moments, Calvin Johnson was there. Even the playoff game that he played in, New Orleans, went over 200 yards. Made sure he stepped up that game. So, where I'm going with this is he says his relationship is trending up. And to be honest with you, I do think the Lions should make amends. That is where I stand. Having said that, are we making a bigger deal of this than what it is? Because to me, how do I say this politely? I actually don't care if Sheila Hamp and the Lions organization, quote, embrace Calvin. I think it's really good for the team. I think it's good for the city. I think you want to treat your legends better than anybody. I think you want to follow how the Chiefs do it. The Chiefs do it the best in the business. Taking care of their legends, making them feel great, doing events with them, all that stuff. And I'm not expecting Calvin Johnson to be running down Ford Field on the sideline with a Lions flag. Oh my God! Trying to get hype. No. But I do think he did enough to earn some respect and figure out how to compensate him properly.
Yeah.
I do think that's a given. But is that going to change their fortune? No. Does that mean Brad Holmes drafts better because they made up with Calvin? No. Does it mean Dan Campbell coaches better because they made up with Calvin? No. Does it mean the players are training better in the offseason and they're going to perform at a higher level next season? No. Because they pay Calvin? No. Want to pay him. I want to bring him. Wrap my arm around him. But it has like zero impact on the team. And I think we get caught up sometimes. And if we got to break the curse. There's no curse. There's no ghosts. There's none of that. There is no curse on Detroit.
I think the bigger thing about it, and you're right, it might not affect the team, but the narrative of the Detroit Lions and doing their legends dirty. Now you got Barry back. Calvin's kind of halfway in, halfway out. He's doing a lot of other things. He still comes around a little bit, but just to amend this relationship, get him whatever he needs or earned, and kind of make up that relationship, I think it's super important. I mean, you look at the playoff games, not just last weekend. You watch Jerry Rice, cheering on the 49ers, talking trash to Eagles fans, showing his rings. Like, I can see Calvin Johnson coming to a Lions playoff game and showing support. Barry Sanders. Like, that matters. You talk about taking care of your legends. You mentioned Kansas City. San Francisco does a great job at it. The Philadelphia Eagles do a good job at it. You see a lot of former players show up to their games as well. So I think it's important, but not just, because, again, I love Calvin. I'm a little biased here. Get him his money. But the bigger thing is we're getting away from this SOL narrative. A lot of things have changed. That what Brad Holmes is doing, Dan Campbell, the coaching staff, guys being interested, opposing teams being interested in the coaching staff. Just things are different in Detroit, specifically for the Lions. This would be another aspect of that. If you could take care of Calvin and get him to start coming around more often. I don't know how that entails. I don't think you can just cut him a check. I think there has to be some sort of way to give him the money. I'm not sure on the specifics of it. But just the fact that he said it, they're trending up, I think is a great sign. But they really got to, fix this eventually. I think because it's like the last nail, and it's really the last thing that you really have to do.
I think we'd agree and say you have to take care of your legends.
Absolutely. Especially the greatest wide receiver to ever wear a Detroit Lions uniform. That's important.
You could argue the greatest player in franchise history.
Yeah,
I know Barry is untouchable, but Calvin was what Barry was during his time. Short career, the most dominant during that stretch. Right. Nobody was more dominant than Calvin Johnson during that period. You could argue the 1 year Randy Moss, I'll give you that. Maybe Randy, not even Randy, to be honest with you. Who was it? Julio Jones? Nobody was Calvin, man. It was Calvin freaking Johnson. Now, Andre Johnson from Houston was really good.
Right.
God, some of the receivers back then are missing me at the moment. But beyond the point, you got to take care of your players.
He spent his entire career playing for the Lions. Like Julio Jones, he should get taken care of by Atlanta eventually and always be welcome back to Atlanta, which he will be. But he played for other teams. Like Calvin is only a Lion. He still lives here. He's still in the area.
His businesses are here.
Like there's a lot of ties. I think having Calvin just a part of the organization moving forward is just great. I know he's spoken to wide receivers. I don't know if it was Amon-Ra or whoever, but just to get him around these guys, it's super beneficial. The question I have, though, and this is what we talked about. I wasn't sure if I talked with Maz about this because I filled in for a show about a year ago, and how do you do it is the question. I don't know how this works if you give him money.
He has to work for it, essentially.
That's the question.
Contractually, he would have to work for it. Look, there are gestures you make in life that go a long way. For example, if you're a young man and you're going on a first date, you're probably picking up the check, right? No, you don't have to say it. It's kind of like a predetermined agreement, like, hey, this is what's going to happen, right?
Right.
Cool. Other examples in life. For example, you're in your late teens, early 20s. You're looking to go swing around with some women or men. I don't know, whatever you prefer.
All right.
And the point is, when you're going out to certain scenes and putting yourself in certain environments, you expect certain things to happen. Fair?
Fair.
When you give your body and are arguably the greatest wide receiver in the NFL for a decade, you expect to be treated a certain way. It's kind of like a bros code. It's more so an unwritten rule. Maybe that's a better word for it. It's an unwritten rule of, hey, you take care of me, I take care of you. Mm-hmm. We don't agree to it. It's nothing contractual. But hey, I come to you and I say, I gave this franchise everything. You don't want to trade me. I'm going to retire. My body's breaking down. I'm going to go. And instead of the Lions at the time, I'm not going to hold the current team available, but at the time, they said, you know what, Calvin? Thank you so much for your service. We're going to need that signing bonus back. Instead of, hey, Calvin, we love you. Whatever is best for you and your family, we're going to support. Wish you the best of luck. You're welcome back anytime, and we'd love to figure out something in the future with you where we can have you around more because we love you that much. We appreciate everything you did here. That's all it had to be. And instead, we're fighting over $1 million, and now trying to figure out, how do we bring him back?
Yeah,
it's so stupid in hindsight. That's the problem. There are just some things in life you just shut up and take the hit for.
And this is what I'm glad Sheila and Sheila's been getting a lot of love over the last 6 months from everybody in Detroit. I think she's done a great job, but this is part of it as well. If your job is to change the narrative or the perspective of your franchise, this is part of it here. Amending that relationship with Kelvin. I mean, you watch any national show, if they bring up the Lions and Kelvin, the conversation always gets brought up. What are they going to do with Kelvin? Did they pay Kelvin? Give Kelvin his money? And a lot of people don't understand the context of that or how that works. You can't just cut Kelvin a check. At least I don't think so. But like you said, one of the greatest, if not the greatest player to ever play in a Lions uniform. We'll just say the greatest wide receiver. Barry's obviously the greatest running back, arguably, of all time. But still, your greatest wide receiver to ever grace a Lions uniform. I mean, the guy put his body on the line. He still has complications from it even to this day. Still lives in Detroit, in Michigan specifically. So you got to take care of him. And just imagine a playoff game. The Lions hosting at Ford Field, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. These guys are in attendance. You know how significant that is? It's like this is what those respectable franchises do with some of their better players. They have them at the games. Jerry Rice, Randall Cunningham, any of these guys for their respective teams. I want Calvin to be the same way. So I have faith Sheila will get this taken care of, but the fact that Calvin came out and told, I believe it was the Post about this, the New York Post, about how it's trending up. It's after nearly 8 years of dealing with this, I think it's great news. And it's really all you can ask for. Here's the start. Now, how do you get the money? I don't know. We're going to have to figure that one out.
I agree, buddy. I agree. Well, look, here's what I want to do. I want to take a quick break. When we get back, Jeff and I will release our top 5 quarterbacks of all time. Tom Brady is retired officially. I don't think there's going to be a debate about who's number 1 on this list, but I think 2 through 5 is going to cause some issues, whether it's with you in the chat or between Jeff and myself. We'll see. We'll go around the room. We'll see what everybody thinks. All that and more when we get back. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Cintron.
Well, Cintron World is an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages and premium bottled water. Cintron is fashionable, functional, and fun. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Buy online at drinkcintron.com. Cintron is also available at Amazon.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All right, let me tell you about my good friends over at the Monroe Street Midway, brought to you by our good friends Bedrock Detroit. Winter bumper cars, puck putt, indoor arcade, shop, eat, and play all winter long with our good friends downtown over at the Monroe Street Midway. We are back here on the Morning Woodward Show, top of the hour, 9 o'clock, on a very cold Friday morning. By the way, I'm looking forward to this weekend, Fish. I'm actually hosting a dinner for both sides of the family.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, right? Growing up now.
Wow. That's exciting.
Anyways, Tom Brady is retired. And these lists are opinionated, obviously. They're who you think the 5 best are. You can go by accomplishments. You can go by eye test, whatever you want. But, Jeff, can we at least get number one out of the way and agree that Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game? Yes?
Yeah, no question. Yeah.
Awesome. Would you like me to start at 2? Or would you like to?
I'll start. How about that?
All right.
So,
I like it. I like the confidence. Let's do it.
My number 2, and thought about this, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give respect where it's due. I'm going to go Joe Cool, the original Joe Cool, Joe Montana, 4-time NFL champion. Now, multiple MVPs, multiple Super Bowl MVPs. Even back then in an era, you could argue it was a completely different era. I get that. He played with Jerry Rice. But at the same time, I'm giving respect where it's due, and I got a lot of respect for Joe Montana. Even though I didn't watch him play, still got to give him that respect. So with all his accomplishments, Joe Cool at number 2.
All right,
Joe
good.
Montana.
I'm glad we disagree.
All right, who do you got? I'm curious. Who'd you...
I spent a lot of time on this, and I thought to myself, Jeff, I've been wrong. I've been wrong before. I know, as shocking as that is.
I'm scared who you have it too.
As shocking as that is. I have been wrong before. And when I'm wrong, I don't sit there and say, why am I wrong? I sit there and ask myself, how did I get to this point? What data points, what did I do? What did I think that got me here? And I went and looked at a 5-year window for Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, you name them.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, none of them, not even John Elway, not even Dan Marino, not only didn't even come close statistically to the quarterback that I have number 2 on this list, but they didn't have as much success in a 5-year vacuum outside of only Joe Montana. That's Patrick Mahomes. The guy that, yes, I currently said last week, I thought Joe Burrow was a better quarterback in the moment. But I got 5 years, 2 MVPs now. It will be 2 MVPs. An attempt to go get his 2nd Super Bowl in 5 years, his 3rd Super Bowl appearance, 5 AFC championship games he's played in. Do I have to wait for him to win more? Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe I have to wait for Mahomes to win a little more. I think you have to give respect. I can get with that. But when you ask me the 5 greatest quarterbacks that I've seen play, it's not just about accomplishments. What Patrick Mahomes does on any given Sunday, nobody else is doing in the NFL right now. Not even the guy I love, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow doesn't make that throw off platform, stepping up in the pocket, side-arming, 23 yards down the field to Valdez-Scantling. Does he? Does Tom Brady make that throw off platform?
And that's
who makes that throw? Who makes that throw? Nobody.
I don't like having these conversations.
Well, this is why we're having the conversation. I want you to be on.
And I love Patrick Mahomes.
I know, but you're asking me the 5 greatest I've watched, I've seen.
But you gotta take in accomplishments as well. If we're going eye test,
3 Super Bowl appearances.
He's got
5 years.
He's got 1 win,
3 Super Bowl appearances in 5 years.
Okay.
3. In a salary cap era where you don't get to keep all your defensive stars and Jerry Rice and Frank Clark and everybody else. Oh, and he did it, like you said, without Tyreek Hill, his best wide receiver. Oh, and he did it without a run game? Oh, he did it without Juju. Oh, not a 1,000-yard receiver, only Travis Kelce? Do I have to wait to anoint him? Maybe. Maybe you're all right. And I would agree with most of you, because I do think accomplishments matter. I think you have to earn the right to be in the conversation.
Definitely.
But I think he has. 3 Super Bowls in 5 seasons.
No, it's impressive. And arguably one of the greatest starts to a career ever.
And because you put him at 2, I will tell you who I have at 3, and then you can tell me if I'm crazy.
Okay, who do you have?
At number 3, I have Joe Montana. 4 Super Bowls, like you mentioned. The accolades speak for themselves. The MVPs. Mm-hmm. Excellent quarterback. Joe Cool for a reason. We always compared him and Michael. Remember, 4-0 in the Super Bowl. 6-0 in the NBA Finals. That was always a talk. Brady will never catch him. Well, he did.
Had 3 more.
He did.
Yeah.
And he ended up having 3 more. And he got to 6 more Super Bowls. Do I think accomplishments matter? I do. When you ask me the 5 greatest quarterbacks, It's not the 5 most accomplished. Because Ben Roethlisberger would be on this list, Steve Young would be on this list, Eli Manning would be on this list, Terry Bradshaw would be on this list.
Over who?
Over all of them. If we're going over accomplishments.
Totality.
They'd all be over Mahomes. They'd all be over Peyton Manning. They'd all be over John Elway. They'd all be over Dan Marino. Maybe some would be tied with John Elway, but beyond the point.
But you got to take all of that into context.
I do.
Right? It's greatest you've ever seen, and along with that, accomplishments.
Yes, of course.
And
that's why Aaron Rodgers is snubbed from this list. Can we all agree? Aaron Rodgers, 6-7 years ago, even the 2 back-to-back MVPs, he played in an unreal level. Before Mahomes, we were talking about Rodgers as, man, the greatest thrower of the football.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But what is he missing? Leadership qualities. Team success. You have to have both. Mahomes has both. That's why he's on this list for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I have him too high. Maybe I
no.
do.
I mean, I said it last week. He's the greatest quarterback now. I'm a young fella, but he's the greatest quarterback I've ever witnessed in terms of talent.
I just don't know why I have to wait.
And I get
Isaiah
that.
Thomas walked in the league and was a motherfucker day one.
Yeah, people knew.
Michael Jordan walked in.
Yeah, you
shit on the whole league.
You knew Michael was the GOAT.
Did I need to wait? Not even a GOAT. Did I need to wait for him to win the 6th championship or the 5th or even the 4th for me to anoint him as one of the greatest players ever? Not even the best. Just one of. No, why? Did I have to wait to anoint Andrew Luck as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when he did what he did with Indianapolis?
No, you could tell.
Before he retired.
Side test.
You knew.
Yeah.
You knew. Why do I have to wait?
And
it goes against everything. And I'll tell you, I was wrong. And sometimes we really take for granted the success people are having. And I think last week I really took for granted the success Patrick Mahomes has had for the last 5 years with Andy Reid and that team.
Mm-hmm. Well, although I don't agree with you, I got a couple quarterbacks in front of Mahomes. Peyton Manning, rightfully so.
You got Peyton ahead of Mahomes.
Yeah, because I'm talking totality.
No. Go through your list. Do 3 and 4.
Okay, so number 3, I got Peyton Manning. I don't really have to explain too much. 2-time Super Bowl champ. You know how many MVPs he's won, all the accomplishments. And then number 4, I got Patrick Mahomes. So when it's all said and done, I do think Patrick will either be 1 or 2. I don't think maybe he'll ever pass Brady in Super Bowls, but if you're talking when it's all said and done, if he has the longevity, he has the stats, and he has a couple rings, there's going to be a conversation. But to put him at 2 right now, I just think it's a little premature. And at 5, I have John Elway. Obviously, I think he deserves to be on this list.
Okay.
I think Patrick Mahomes and John Elway right now, with his start to his career, Patrick, one of the most impressive starts ever.
Can we?
But I don't know if I want to jump.
Can you justify some criteria for me?
Already.
So it's not just about the statistics, right? It's about the leadership intangibles, no? It's about team accomplishments, right? You know, for the same things I'll knock Aaron Rodgers, I'll praise others for.
Definitely.
Aaron, super talented. Doesn't have the team accomplishments. Neither does Dan Marino. But you know what? As a leader, which really matters to me, my 5 guys, I would put up against anybody in terms of leadership qualities, knowing that I'm going to get mine. And it was really hard for me to leave John Elway off this list.
Yeah,
So I didn't. He's at 5. Number 4, I got Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning ran into a juggernaut that was Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and one of the greatest defenses we've seen for a decade. It was always an elite defense. People forget that about Brady in the early days. He had a top 5 defense every year. Ty Law, Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Rodney Harrison, Richard Seymour, Vince Wilfork. You name them, they had them. Asante Samuel. Those defenses were insanely talented. That's what Peyton went up against.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to knock him.
And he still has, the most touchdown passes ever in a season?
Yep.
55?
55,
yep.
Owns that record, yes, sir. Mahomes will break it one day. But
it's a different league now,
I wanted to put Dan Marino here. I did.
Yeah, he's at 6 for me. He's just outside.
He's at 6 for me, too.
He's just outside.
I wanted to put him over Elway. I did. But I'm taking everything into consideration.
You have to.
If this was a talent list, I don't think Joe Montana makes a list. Talent, right? But that's subjective, right? Because the game evolves.
Right.
And that's not really fair to those players, right? Because in 1962, well, you didn't really dunk. Well, now you have Vince freaking Carter back in the early 2000s who was breaking everybody's bodies.
And now the defense in today's league is you can't be as physical.
Right.
So it's a passing league. It's an offensive
you couldn't
league.
smack somebody in the head like Deacon Jones.
Yeah.
You couldn't grab their face mask, throw them down like Reggie White. You couldn't do that. You couldn't literally kill players like Lawrence Taylor did. So it's a subjective list. Maybe I'm a little ahead of myself. Maybe I'm anointing him a little early.
No,
but I look at his 5 seasons. Forget the accomplishments. Who has played the quarterback position better in a 5-year stretch than Patrick Mahomes?
And that's
I'll tell you who.
It's your best argument. Yeah.
I'll tell you who. Nobody. Statistically, nobody.
Yeah.
Passer rating, nobody. Touchdowns, nobody. Completion percentage, only Drew Brees. And that's because he throws slant routes and underneath routes all game. So that doesn't really mean anything.
Caught a stray.
I'm just saying. And if anybody wants to say, well, he has Andy Reid.
I know. Find me a...
Bill Belichick for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Bill Walsh for Joe Montana. Tony Dungy for Peyton Manning, even though Peyton Manning was kind of a head coach in and of itself. Don Shula for Dan Marino. Mike Shanahan for John Elway. You go find me the quarterback, I will show you the coach, and vice versa. So that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Maybe Mahomes is a bit high. Maybe he is. And
But
I would
I do
agree.
think-
I think you have to earn your way, right?
Right.
I do think that's a fact. But do I have to wait? For example, I will get to this later. Do I have to wait for LeBron to pass Kareem for me to acknowledge that he's just one of the 2 greatest players I've ever seen in my life? I could have said that 7 years ago. Was it too early then, when he didn't have the ring in LA? Or he didn't have the ring in Cleveland? Was it too early for me to say he was a top 3 player of all time?
I know, you knew.
I know the NBA is different. It's more individual based, but still. Do I have to wait? And now, he can fall from grace. He can. Because if Mahomes loses the Super Bowl
He'll be 1
and doesn't
2.
ever get back and goes a 10-year window without getting to the Super Bowl, like Aaron Rodgers, oh, well, now you have that data point to counter me. Yeah. But as of right now, who's better? Go look at Ben's start to his career. Ben Roethlisberger won 2 Super Bowls. You could have put him in a top 10 conversation 5 years into his career. And you know what happened? Ben Roethlisberger started like this, and then it was kind of this.
Yeah.
And then it was Patrick Mahomes passing him up, and Aaron Rodgers passing him up, and then Drew Brees passing him up, and all these quarterbacks passing him up. Why? Fast start, slow finish. So yes, Mahomes still has a whole career ahead of him. But right now, I didn't find a better 5-year window. I didn't. I just didn't.
Yeah. Listen, I'm the biggest Pat Mahomes guy there is. I see where you're coming from. But I got to give respect for quarterbacks, especially like Peyton, the longevity, the amount of MVPs. Like I can't crown Patrick yet, but I do think he's trending that way. He's I'm telling you again, in terms of talent, in terms of what he can do at the quarterback position, he's already one of the greatest. Now the accomplishments will come. Another MVP. We'll see what he can do next weekend. But he's one of the greatest already. I agree. I just wouldn't put him 2.
That's fine.
But I still love you.
That's fine. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. When we get back, oh God, Pro Bowl sucks. By the way, the Pro Bowl just sucks.
I got to tell you about my experience next segment about sitting down and watching the Pro Bowl.
Well, walk us through that traumatic experience. 9:30, we'll do LeBron. I do want to talk about LeBron, and then at 9:40, I'd love to get to Dre Bly, him joining the Lions. We'll get to that coming up, but before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Guardian Alarm.
Let me tell you about them, guys. Guardian Alarm, it's a new year, and Guardian Alarm wants to make sure you have customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians always take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them any day or night, and a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you for as long as you need. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for more information. You heard Fish.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Look, I will say this, right? Again, every player is unique in their own right, and I think a lot of you are correct by saying Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented quarterbacks I think we've ever seen. That's kind of my point. 7 years ago, he was in the conversation. And then he couldn't get over the hump. And he couldn't get to a Super Bowl as the #1 seed for multiple years. And then he lost 3 NFC title games. And then he didn't throw a touchdown in a playoff game multiple times. And then he has an 11-10 playoff record. Like I mentioned, if Mahomes never gets to a Super Bowl for the next 10 years after this year, and never wins one again, and he loses this one.
Well, that's new information.
Well, that's 10 years from now. I will have new information to tell me that he doesn't belong on that list. But for right now, motherfucker belongs on the list. Whether you like it or not. Having said that, Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You okay? You need a hug?
No, I'm okay.
I know last night was hard for you. I don't know why
I can give you a hug. You want a hug?
Honest, I don't know why. Fish, can you give him a hug? Please. Look at him. The guy is reeling right now. I want to know why. Yep, take off your clothes and give him a hug. That's what I want to see.
Why do you have to do that?
Yes, Fish. Yes.
No, don't.
Yes.
Don't do
take
that.
It all off.
Fish,
yes.
Keep your clothes on.
Run, motherfucker. Run.
Look, what is he? Why is he warming
He's stretching.
up?
There you go. Run up.
Buddy.
No. Get more. I want a pause.
No, don't. Why
I
you gotta
want
be
arms
weird?
around him.
Why you gotta be weird? Why you gotta be weird?
Hug him and then give him a kiss on the cheek.
No, we're done. We're done.
You're Italian. You guys do that
yeah,
stuff.
we do that family. All right.
Fish is not family?
I'm not kissing. I'm sorry, Fish. I'm not doing that.
Get up there and hug him. And then smooch him.
What kind of camera angle is that?
Alex, honestly, never change that camera angle again. That's horrible. Zoom in on Fish. Fish, look at that camera. Please. Look straight at it. I want you guys to get as uncomfortable as possible. As you can see, Isaiah Thomas there in the background. That's Alex, by the way, behind Fish.
Why does Fish look like sinister right
I don't
now,
know, but that's Alex. Alex never shows up to work on time. Somehow, some way, today he did. And that's Fish. And that's, there you go. All right, let's get back to the show. What the hell is going on?
Imagine seeing that face in your dreams.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can go back to work, buddy.
I think I'm in worse shape than which I was before he walked up here. So
I'm sorry. Well, walk me through your horrible decision. to watch the Pro Bowl skills competition last night?
Well, I had nothing else to watch, so let's just be honest with you here. Turned on the Pro Bowl. Didn't know what to expect. I didn't have much expectations for it. The main thing I wanted to see is just Lions players. If you could see them, that'd be a bonus. I didn't care about the actual Pro Bowl. I watched a little water balloon toss. Yeah, that was not it. I mean, I think everyone knew before watching it wasn't it, but actually watching it, I'm sitting there going, man, this is boring. And then you see Panay threw the water balloon or throw the water balloon to Frank, and it popped on him, and he got wet. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is entertaining. And then you move on. And then the best part about it is two things. One, Derek Carr, did you see what he said?
No, I didn't.
They said something about him. He missed a target, and he's like, "Yeah, that's probably why I'm leaving. I'm not allowed to come back to Las Vegas."
Oh, that's awesome.
And then the other part was Jared Goff throwing dimes. I think that was great to see because you even saw the commentators like, "Oh, Jared Goff." He's like, "Show him why LA traded you. Show LA why they got rid of you." Or prove them wrong.
I'm glad I didn't watch.
It was honestly, if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a solid 5 out of 10. But you know what? Seeing Ahmad Rod do a front flip and catch the football
in the pool, right?
Yeah,
that was the whole thing.
Like that stuff's entertaining. But did I walk away saying, "Thank goodness I tuned into the Pro Bowl"? Hell no.
Well, can we talk about something more relevant and I think very important? And Fish, you're going to need to be in your booth for this. Somebody made a comment in the chat, and I tend to agree with it. Fish is very Dahmer-like.
Okay,
so if we were to place a bet on the show,
did I just hug?
Who would kill and eat each other?
Did I just hug?
I think I'm putting my money on Fish.
Did I just hug Dahmer? What are we doing here?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Fish, would you?
Yes.
If I told you with no repercussions, you could go on a killing spree and eat people, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Why?
I have no interest in killing people.
That's not fun to you?
No.
It doesn't intrigue you?
No.
See, like me, I get excited about that stuff.
It has no meaning. No?
No, you wouldn't kill somebody? Lock them in your fridge?
I mean...
Cook them for dinner? Invite the family over? Feed them food? That's from another dude? No?
I mean, maybe if I really hated that person, but there's no one that I really, really, really hate that I would do that to.
What if someone broke in your house and it was just you and the person? Would you
lock them in a chair? And,
I've actually lock them in a chair. Yeah, weird.
I'm Dahmer.
Take
We're
off
talking about Dahmer.
No, I wouldn't.
Show him game film from the Matt Patricia days.
I mean, I'd want him arrested, but
Fish,
I wouldn't want him killed.
If I come over and you get me a glass of something, I'm never drinking it. Now that I'm getting these vibes, all right?
No, if I'm honest with you, I kind of like the idea of this. You know how Dahmer showed videotape of him killing people and all that stuff to his victims?
Yeah.
I would show Matt Patricia film.
Oh my God, Jesus.
I would show the Lions under Matt Patricia.
That doesn't surprise me.
I would show Jeff Okuda film. I would show Mike Williams film. I would show, I would show the draft night where they took Jelani Tavai the second round. That was a hell of a.
And they're no, I can't watch Jelani Tavai being drafted.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Eric Ebron, that would be brutal.
Yeah,
that would be brutal to show. I'd go back and show them the Cowboy game.
Oh, jeez.
The fake pass interference. The fake pass interference.
I think we learned something today, Fish.
Or when Jim Caldwell punted on 4th and 1. That was brutal.
Jeez. Need a blindfold for that.
Yes, Jeff?
I think we learned something today. I don't think you have a bad bone in your body. So
none of you would want to be a serial killer? No.
I don't think anybody wakes up and thinks, I think it'd be cool to be a serial killer.
I kind of do right now.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to scoot a little this way. All right, there you go.
I'm just saying. Think about it. You know, how fucked up you have to be.
No,
You know?
I mean...
But in a good and bad kind of way.
If I go missing, you guys...
Nobody? Nobody?
Hey, what?
Nobody agrees with it. None of you have ever thought of killing anybody? Nobody?
That's how school
None of you
shootings...
have been driving down the road and thought, you know what? I can literally kill everybody here right now.
Okay.
Nobody's had that thought.
I mean,
I think people
I'm sure people have, but they're not going to actually do it. I'd never actually go out and do it.
Adam's face. You're just sitting there wait, guys.
I'm just saying.
Guys,
none of you have ever been stuck in traffic and said, you know what?
No one agrees?
I could just Swipe over to the other side of the street.
No. Okay, being stuck, you've thought about it, but you haven't actually thought about doing it, but you're not actually going to do it,
Some pedestrian is taking their sweet-ass time walking across the street. You ever thought of, like, I could run the fucker over right now, get it over with? No.
Nobody get it over with.
I mean, I'm certainly angry. I'm certainly angry at that person. Like, speed it up! Come on, get out of the road, move! But I'm not actually going to roll down my window and say those things or get out of my car and attack or approach the person. That's just not humanity of anyone.
I'm just saying. None of you have ever had a psychopathic thought.
I think we need a metal detector here. I think you need to go.
I think I'm fine. I'm just asking, and everybody's looking at me like I'm the crazy one.
Oh yeah.
None of you have ever thought of killing somebody? No.
I'm actually gonna get us back on track. Let's talk sports. There is
mute your mic and shut the hell up. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, Fish. Sports.
There is a Pro Bowl this weekend, but other than that, there's no football. So what are you watching this week? I'm asking you a question.
I'm telling you to shut up. Mute your mic.
Were you a big O.J. Simpson guy or what?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Okay, I could tell. All right.
Him and Maz are on the same page. If he didn't do it,
the
probably
glove didn't fit. But
how can you not?
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
Hey, is it him who said the quote, by the way, where he was scared to leave jail because he was afraid he'd find the killer?
No.
Is that him who said it?
I don't know if that was him. I think he also had I think he wrote a book and said, if I did it, which is the ultimate fuck you to everybody.
If I did it.
If I did it. Here's how it would have gone. If I did it. Oh my God. It's like Osama bin Laden writing a freaking novel after 9/11. If I did it.
Yeah, you're literally telling on yourself.
Oh my God.
Didn't Ray Lewis do something too? Didn't he?
Yeah, he smacked up his wife.
What does that matter?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Great football. I love the football players, so all that gets kind of hidden. All right.
So did what's his name? Kareem Hunt.
Oh,
Kareem Hunt did the same thing too.
Come on, guys.
Smacked up his wife in an elevator in Ohio.
This this conversation went into the gutter.
How did this even come up?
It didn't. I'm asking.
Okay.
I don't
legitimate questions, and you're all backing off.
What's legitimate about anything?
What? It's just a simple question. Not like you're all acting like you're a bunch of princesses driving down the road. Oh my God, everything is green and blue and red, and I'm so happy. None of you have ever been upset?
Yeah, everyone's been upset.
None of you have had a crazy thought before? Bunch of fucking liars, all of you.
I mean, everyone's had a crazy thought before.
All of you. Bunch of liars. Bunch of liars. I'm disappointed in all of you. Shame on you.
I'm disappointed.
Shame on all
that
of you.
You guys don't have thoughts of a serial killer.
I'm just saying.
Why are we shocked this came out of your mouth, though? Are we? I mean, I'm not.
I don't think we are.
No.
This is the same man who...
What, the same guy that likes Hitler or Stalin or whatever.
All I said was Stalin put up bigger numbers. That was it.
Yeah, it was
in the context of the Hall of Fame. If we're talking about Hall of Fame dictators, Stalin put up more numbers than Hitler. That's all I said.
Is there a Canton for dictator?
No, I'm just saying if there was.
He's making it.
What's the problem?
I mean, that's a fair point.
I mean, this isn't history class, but...
Bunch of fucking softies.
That's just
all
today. Welcome to 2023.
All of you.
Welcome to social medias.
All of you.
Everybody's still tuning in.
Instagrams.
I mean, the fact that you're still tuning into all these awkward conversations, I love it.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Yeah, we're going to talk sports.
I think HR's calling me right now.
Yeah,
so
I think
we'll
D-Mac's going to walk in.
Yeah, I was going to say HR is D-Mac.
When we get back.
D-Mac's going to lay the law.
Yeah. When we get back. But then again, Hitler kind of took over the world, so, he's got that on his resume, right?
Yeah, he did take over.
Right, so you kind of can't put Stalin over him if we're honest. He took over like 20 countries. All right, we're not going to do this right now. Well, take a break when we get back.
Jesus, man.
We'll talk some. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Chili Pepper Standing.
Wow. Let me just transition to Chili Pepper Standing from that conversation. Chili Pepper Standing is where you'll find all the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals who aren't serial killers. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPepperStanding.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters. 27 locations and more on the way.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say. Come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports Super Party? Well, our Super Party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Let me tell you about Big Boy. Guys, it's wintertime in Detroit, and if you're hungry, I got a place for you. It's our friends over at Big Boy. You can try the new classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo, but if you want breakfast, they got that as well. You see the sign if you're watching on WoodwardSports.com. The potato pancakes are back. The stuffed potato pancakes, Lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden, or Blockbuster. Stop in to your local Big Boy today.
You know, I kind of like all of you. You reined me back in. You know, Genghis Khan, probably the original OG. I don't think we talk about Julius Caesar enough, maybe?
No, we do
Actually,
not.
He's another one?
He's underrated.
I think he's an underrated dictator.
Yeah.
You know what's messed up is speaking of Julius Caesar, I was thinking about getting a tattoo of a quote by Julius Caesar.
No, it's good.
But which is probably...
What about Attila the Hun?
Doesn't help me.
What's the quote?
What about Attila the Hun?
I came, I saw, I conquered.
And killed everybody.
In Latin. Pizza. Yeah. This is the problem here with Genghis Khan. How much percent of Asia is related to Genghis Khan? What's that stat? Like, I always forget the number.
Like 90% have like some part of DNA lineage to him. That's how many. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Just plant this.
You know who's an overrated? Excuse me.
Dictator.
Dictator. Thank you. You know who's an overrated dictator?
Overrated.
Overrated.
What do you mean? What does that even mean?
Basically, he's the.
I'm
trying to find a player here. Give me a second. I'm trying to find
whatever it is.
Give me a second. Let me think. I'm trying to find a player comp for this. He is the.
Oh gosh, what are we getting into?
God, come on, Adam.
Frank says in the chat, Suge Knight was misunderstood.
Oh God, when Suge Knight went on Fallon, I think it was, or whichever talk show.
Come on, dude.
And said they have the Easy-E gun. That was messed up. The whole crowd was like, "Oh my God!" But I'm trying to find guys. You help me. I can't do it myself.
Okay.
The most overrated dictator, in my opinion.
Can you give us
Benito Mussolini. All right. Now find me his player comp in the NBA. Overrated dictator.
Player comp? Like who? The most.
Who would it be? I'm trying to think.
Lillard?
No. Dame's clutch, man. You know,
he's got to have it his own way.
Yeah, but you know,
overrated. Okay.
You know, tuck his tail between his legs, runs back to Hitler during the war. You know, all that stuff. Loses power. Like, who was an overrated? You know, anybody? Anybody?
I'm sure you could type it up and you can get an answer. Or you could just...
Russell Westbrook.
Oh.
Don't do this.
Russell Westbrook.
Don't do
yes!
This. Don't do this.
Yes!
Don't do this.
Benito Mussolini.
Don't do this.
Is the most overrated dictator in NBA, or excuse me, dictator history.
Not Mussolini.
Just like Russell Westbrook is the most overrated point guard in NBA history. I'd rather have Tony Parker and Chauncey Billups over Russell Westbrook, but that's for another day. Anyways.
I got no comment on the Italian dictators. I don't know what to say.
Isn't that your family lineage? Isn't he like your great-great-great
No, he's
grandfather?
not my great-great. No.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, God. I think Westbrook's a great comp, by the way. Whoever dropped that in the chat, awesome.
We are sick bastards,
awesome.
man.
You don't say we. I will take full credit. You don't have to worry about it.
He said Mussolini. Mussolini was the Westbrook comp.
Oh God!
Sometimes you need to go off sports a little and have some fun.
I mean,
Adam
Mussolini couldn't even hold his own border.
Oh my God!
I mean, you want to really go into this?
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying he couldn't even hold his own. Hitler was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, at least hold your end of the bargain, you know?
Yeah, he didn't.
And then the Japanese fucked it all up because they attacked Pearl Harbor, and then the U.S. got involved.
We did.
You know, I'm just saying.
Who
would be the NBA cop for the Japanese? Who, like, started shit and couldn't finish it, right?
Oh, there's a couple people you can put in there.
Oh, I know who. The Boston Celtics against LeBron James. Right? Talking all that shit. Came back to haunt him, didn't he? Nah, it's not the greatest example, though.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, we got to stop.
We went from top 5 quarterbacks to top 5 dictators. I don't know how this conversation went here, but it did.
You know what? We should release like a top 5 dictator list, honestly.
Put it on our...
Put it next
put
week.
It on
I'm just saying.
You can do it next week.
Look, I'm just saying.
It's what the people...
I'm not saying I agree with what they did. I think you guys need to stop, like, being a bunch of sensitive bitches. All right? What we're talking about here, we're talking about is acknowledging history. You can't move forward in life if you don't learn from the past. Right?
Fair enough.
I'm just saying.
And by the way, if people don't already know this, you're like a history.
I'm just saying.
I did like history. History was one of my favorite classes.
Adam is big on history.
History was the only class I got an A in my life.
Yeah, history was very exciting.
When we walk down this road, it's Adam's lane. He's ready to fire. He's got...
I'm just saying. Ron Artest. Oh my God!
Do not do the Ron
That is a great example. Yes! Yes! Ron Artest.
Isn't it Meta World Peace now? Didn't he change his name? Or he changed it back?
Sure, yeah.
He changed his name like a bunch of times.
I'm just saying. You know?
You know what? That's a great...
If you want to compare a championship team.
Why?
If you want to compare a championship team. You know what we're not going to do.
You know what?
I think I'm going to cross the line.
For everybody tuning in today, when this show's over at 10, you could walk away and say, you know what? I learned something new today.
Yeah, I hope you all
Mussolini is Ron Artest.
Or Russell Westbrook.
Great
examples.
Okay.
Or
both. Wow.
Great examples.
Yeah.
All right. So,
this show isn't made for the average human. This is why I love it.
So,
Big D, Ermanni Networks, heavyweights...
Oh my God!
Got another one.
You know who the Japanese are?
No.
Chris Paul.
Oh.
Why? Talk shit, start shit, can't finish.
Get it done. Yeah.
Chris Paul. That's exactly who it is. Chris freaking Paul. Chris freaking Paul. That is exactly
the greatest distributor of all time. One of them.
Just saying.
God,
talking shit can't finish. Anyways. So I kind of wanted to talk about LeBron this segment, but we stuck to Mussolini.
I mean, we can talk about dictators,
here we are.
top 5
We'll get to Dre
dictators
Bly in like 4 minutes, but
yeah, we'll go from Mussolini to Dre Bly. I can't wait.
All right, so what I wanted to ask you, Jeff.
Oh yeah, what do you got to ask me?
Is LeBron's going to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? My question is he the greatest scorer in NBA history? And I think you're going to know where I am. I'm going to say no. I think scorer is different than the most, accomplished or the guy that ended up with the most, right? Because how many thousands of more minutes did LeBron play more than Kareem and Michael? And that's not a knock against LeBron. But when we talk about greatest scorers, LeBron's in that combo. Not because of the points. I just think he can get to the basket anytime he wants to this day.
Right.
But got to give him credit. He elevated his game too. He starts.
Yeah, he's
10 years ago. He started really taking the 3-point shot very seriously,
and he's shooting it better later in his
career than he ever has.
And that's the most impressive thing about LeBron. I think that's where you start when you talk about LeBron. It's longevity. I think that's the most impressive part. Now, if you're talking about scorer, being a 3-level scorer or a talented scorer, that stuff I leave to KD, Kobe, Michael. LeBron's in that conversation, but I think it's more about longevity. The way he's been able to maintain being great for so long deserves a ton of appreciation. But when I think of scorer, you don't necessarily think of LeBron. You think of Durant, efficiency. Durant's extremely efficient, can score all 3 levels. You think of guys like Kobe, that might not be as efficient, but again, a scorer, guys who excel at scoring the basketball. LeBron is the most complete player in NBA history. It is what it is. Like, he can do everything on the basketball court, but strictly being a scorer, I would still give that nod to other players in NBA history. But still, it's still impressive. I mean, for his longevity to pass Kareem and to be able to kind of add points on top of that, passing Kareem, he's going to hold that record for a long, long time.
Talk about dictators with longevity. I'm joking. I swear I'm done. I swear I'm done.
He does have longevity.
Oh,
greatness, it's hard to be great for that long. It is.
Is Steph Curry the greatest three-point shooter of all time, Andrew? I think that's an easy yes.
It's not even there's no
I
debate.
think that's an easy yes.
There's no debate.
I will take a break. When we get back, Dre Bly joining the Lions as a secondary coach. Jeff, confidence level in the coaching staff in general. What do you want to see? What do you want to see better? And I think they need ammunition. We'll get to that next. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Swiss Insurance.
Let me tell you about them. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses do choose a New Year's Day effective date, but you could still get in on Swiss Insurance. Just contact them. They'll help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give them a shot. You won't be disappointed. Contact them, Mark at SwissINS.com for more information.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
About my good friends over at Bedrock Detroit and the Monroe Street Midway. Shop, eat, and play all winter long. Puck putt, winter bumper cars, indoor arcades, foods and drinks, you name it, they got it. Check them out at the Monroe Street Midway. We are back. WoodwardSports.com. All right. Speaking of dictators. Oh, God. You know, I will say this. World War II, arguably my favorite, like, timeline to cover in terms of, like, reading up and any part of history class. That was my favorite.
Okay.
I think most kids, not just me.
What about World War One?
I didn't find that interesting. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't find it interesting at all.
You didn't find the Civil War interesting either?
Nope. I actually thought it was boring, to be honest with you.
Okay.
As a kid, like, I'm telling you what I thought as a kid. Yeah, it's like whatever. It's like whatever. I found Vietnam more entertaining. Not that it's entertaining, but, you know. You guys get what I'm saying.
That was an interesting one.
You're a kid, you're in history class, you're trying to stay up. You know what I'm talking about.
It's history, you're learning.
All right.
You want to be entertaining.
Man.
All right.
Or interesting. And
you're a special individual.
I enjoyed history class too. I watched a lot of movies in history class. Did you watch movies in history class?
What's your favorite movie?
Like history movie or just movies all time?
Give me an all time.
I mean, I don't watch many movies. I'd say like Moneyball or Draft Day is a pretty good movie.
Okay.
Sports movies.
Give me your top three. It doesn't have to be sports. Top three.
Oh, okay. #1, Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
There you go.
2, probably Draft Day, I guess. And then 3, Moneyball. I don't watch many movies. So those are like the movies that I think I've watched from start to finish.
Have you ever seen Superbad?
I have not.
Just go watch it.
Well, top 3. Give me your top 3 real quick.
May happen. Or I may not. Could be anything.
Superbad's in there.
Okay.
Love Superbad. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think Happy Gilmore's up there.
Okay.
Gotta be.
Okay.
I agree with Fish there.
Okay.
My other one, there's so many. I don't watch a ton of movies, but when I do, I watch good movies. I try to.
Oh.
It's gotta be.
You guys are. I'm disappointed in all of you.
Why are you disappointed?
Shame on all of you. Shitty list.
Movies just
I might even say Top Gun.
But movies
I really
don't
like
do
Top
anything
Gun. That's
for
one of my
me.
favorite movies of all time.
What the fuck am I listening to?
Movies don't do anything
okay,
for me.
first
I'd
of
rather
all,
watch a
number
sporting
1,
event.
Godfather. All right.
Okay.
Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. Not even close.
Ooh.
Number 3,
Scarface for me. It's up there.
No, not Scarface.
Love Scarface.
Goodfellas was amazing. Donnie Brasco's up there. God, I can't give you 3 because I have like 15 tied for number 3. I remember Titans was solid. Remember the Titans was solid. Pulp Fiction.
Remember the Titans.
Pulp Fiction was really good. The Devil's Advocate, Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino.
Hardball. You know, you're not a big Scarface guy?
Oh, I am. It's not 3.
You?
It's not 3.
Top 5? Come on.
Top 8.
Top 8? All right.
More so near 8 and 7.
Preference. Yeah, it's preference. I agree. Godfather. Forgot about that one.
I mean, you got to consider it Rocky, just because of how impactful it was.
See, now they're coming back to me.
Gladiator.
Yeah, Rocky.
Russell Crowe. That was an amazing performance.
I had to watch all
even
those
Troy,
movies,
Brad Pitt. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
God, talking to me about draft day and all this shit. Unbelievable. I'm offended. I'm offended. I think it's either we're super young and naive, or I just grew up in a house where I watched everything.
The only things that I wouldn't say I was forced to watch, but like my parents would watch a lot would be movies like Godfather, Scarface.
Yep.
I watched Sopranos.
Can we call the Zapruder film a movie or no? I'm asking. It's not a movie, but my God, what it did for the country at the time.
Right.
And that was like, what, 10 years after the fact?
Yeah. We'll just call it a movie.
I guess you can call it a movie. I don't know.
I see some good people in the comments suggesting a lot of different things. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Bronx Tale is an all-timer, 100%. Shawshank Redemption, 100%.
Goodfellas. There's some good ones over here. Step Brothers. That's up there.
Did you guys ever enjoy the Ocean movies? Ocean's 11, whatever the hell they were called.
I watched Ocean's 11. I didn't watch any other. I didn't watch any other. I know there's a couple of different movies.
Forrest Gump has to be up there.
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
Absolutely.
Black Hawk Down. My goodness. Black Hawk Down, by the way, was my first introduction to a war movie.
Oh.
I actually watched that somehow before Saving Private Ryan.
I watched Saving Private Ryan first, and that was really the only. I didn't watch a ton of war movies.
Man, what was it? Band of Brothers was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Let's see. God. Going down memory lane now. What else we got here?
So, Adam, how do you feel about the Lions cornerback coach?
He's good. I'm optimistic for him. Hope he does well.
That was short. Jeff, any other comments? No?
I think it's a great thing. Dre Bly, one of my favorite players to watch. What do you have? Like, I was looking at stats the other day, too.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jeff. Back to movies.
But this is one of the most underrated movies.
Okay.
There are 2 of them in here.
I tried, Jeff.
One that you guys brought up, Patrick brought it up, and it reminded me of another movie. All right. First, we're going to talk about Django. Django was one of the best movies you'll watch. Unbelievable. Who is the dude that plays Iron Man? What the hell is his name? What the hell's his name?
Yeah, Robert Downey.
Robert Downey Jr.
Jr.
What's the movie where he blackfaces?
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder is a freaking hilarious movie. That to me is an all-timer. Love that movie. Love that. Can't get away with it today, but all-time movie. All-timer. So great. So great. There was another one. Johnny Depp played, who was it? Johnny Depp played some outlaw back in the 40s, bank robber. I forget what it was called. That was a great movie. God, Rounders. Oh my God, is Rounders the dude who says, pay that man his money? Is that what it is? The poker movie, right?
Yeah, that was what?
So. Isn't Rounders the poker movie?
That was Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, where he busts him up at the end. Check. That whole thing. That fucking great movie. Great movie.
Talking Public Enemies. Johnny
Public
Depp.
Enemy. Yep, that was a good one. Lethal Weapon, solid. Oh my God. Let's take a break. I don't want to talk about anything. It's fun. Let's go to all of you. We'll just chat with you guys, huh? We'll get the sports talk for a minute, huh? Let's have some fun.
Yeah, Dre Bly. We'll get to Dre Bly.
Welcome.
Plenty of time to talk about Dre Bly.
Next week. We got all off season. When we get back, Mailbag, Jeff and I will answer all of your questions, so drop them in the chat, and we'll talk to all of you for the next 10-11 minutes. But before we go, I got to talk about our good friends over at Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of the Woodward Sports Network, of course. Sign up today, $10 a month. What are you waiting for? Visit them at planetfitness.com or one of their many Metro Detroit locations. Your fitness is essential. Again, sign up, get all the perks today for $10 a month.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't can't say come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party? Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Let me tell you about my favorite man. That's Ryan Ermanni, down 27 pounds now with his journey with Dr. Jason and everybody at Custom Health Centers. What are you waiting for? Change your life today. Give them a call, 844-789-8446. We are back here on the Morning Woodward Show, live, woodwardsports.com. Mailbag, would you rather spend a day with Fish, Al Avila, or Matt Patricia? Well, Jacob.
Don't do it.
Well, Jacob, to be honest with you, it depends what kind of mood I'm in. See, if I'm in a good mood, I'm looking to enjoy my day, I'm going to take Fish out. If I'm looking to be a miserable old bat, I'll probably take Matt Patricia out. And if I'm looking to commit murder, I'll probably take Al Avila out.
Right. I mean, you can still pick me.
Just depends on the mood.
Anger moods.
Just depends on the mood. No?
I mean...
And by murder, you mean...
proper
no, I mean
kill.
Murder him with insults.
Sure, cover me, that's fine.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
Yeah. You gotta say allegedly too when you say anything about murder.
He would insult him.
No, you said if insults, he has to say allegedly. Because he actually said proper, like, murder, allegedly.
It Hips says, just want to say thank you to Jeff and Adam for always providing me with their keen analysis on Detroit sports and other entertaining topics. You guys start my day off right in such a positive way. Well, I appreciate that. Positive is an interesting word. I love that.
Look,
because
you may not like it. I just, I don't have a filter. Sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. Fuck you.
There's a lot of people. Wow. There's a lot of people that think Adam's positive.
That was the quickest. I'm just joking. Take that back.
You're not doing your.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Fish.
Mailbag. Adam and Jeff, do you think Jaden Reed will go within the 3rd to the 6th round? Yeah. I think Jaden Reed will be
Somebody
drafted.
will take a chance.
Yeah.
Special teamer for sure.
Speed.
On most teams. We'll see what he develops into as a wide receiver. Adam, who would you kill first, Fish or Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, that's easy.
See, it would be Fish
that's
because
easy,
I have a relationship with Fish, right? I don't know Aaron Rodgers. I have no reason to hate him. I don't work with Aaron. Now, if I worked with Aaron and he drove me crazy like Fish does, now we're talking business. But until then, Fish is on the block. Fish, why are you dressed up like you're going to prom?
I didn't know this is dressed up as going to prom. I didn't realize wearing a jacket. Or fur. I don't know what fur.
Thank you, Nathan.
Related. What?
Thank you, Nathan. Nathan says, "Don't feel alone, Adam."
Oh.
I too think about running pedestrians over. Thank you. Like if we could just.
I told you those people that think it, they don't.
This is a huge moment for society. If we can all just agree, we have a little bit of fucked up in us, okay?
Everyone
I think
does.
we can all work along together and get along better. All right. I should run for president.
I don't think so.
I mean, you've got a few years.
I would love to see the campaign run, though. I would love to see
you. Dude, epic speeches.
Hey, are you running?
He just got bags. It's holding up bags that we got here, the cocaine bags.
Are you running for your own party, though, or are you going to pick one of the sides?
I'll run independent.
That's going to be tough, though. You're going to have
I'll be fine, buddy.
Elect the cocaine.
Elect the cocaine. That's the slogan.
Jamcat asked Mailbag, which coaching hire are you more excited about, tight end or cornerback coach, and why? No question for me, it's cornerback coach. That was clearly the weakest position this year. Dre Bly, we know how good he is, Super Bowl champion, had his better seasons, his best seasons in Detroit. I think having a former player at cornerback coach, calling guys out, holding guys accountable. We wanted a veteran in free agency. Now you got a veteran, but now he's a coach. So way more excited about Dre Bly, to be honest with you.
I didn't get to answer the question. Is this a prom outfit? I was told it's a prom outfit.
I don't know. That's what I was told, Fish.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I'm just saying. I think I can make a case. I'll come up with some good policies.
I mean, I guess you can.
I don't even want to hear about your policies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what they could entail of. I don't know what.
They're good policies.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, what's the percentage you're gonna backflip and like you're gonna tell people doing one thing and you're not gonna actually do it?
See, I think that's the difference between normal Americans. We keep our words, and politicians who don't. So that's a whole different.
You know what I'd love to know, just to kind of get the feeling of the chat. If you had one vote for president, okay, and
all time,
you and Fish are running. Who's getting the vote?
Oh, clearly me.
Do you want?
Because the risk reward is higher, right?
No, I don't,
high upside, horrible floor.
Who are you guys voting for? Comment. Is it Fish?
They're voting for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm either taking them to the moon, or the country's going to go under the water. But could go to the moon.
But Fish,
with Fish, you're just going to do the same stuff for 4 years.
It might.
Well, I haven't told you my policy.
Your life isn't changing. What's your policy?
I don't know. You have to wait and find out.
Oh, well.
Okay, first comment, Max Mayer says, I'd move.
There you go.
I mean, come on, guys. Come on.
I love it.
Come on.
I'm seeing a lot. Hey, I'm seeing a couple Fishes. I'm seeing a couple Adams. So
I mean, what do I got to do to be president, huh? Do I got to sleep with the secretary, huh?
No.
Huh?
No, you don't. No, don't do that.
Do I got to be very vulgar in the campaign? What do I got to do here, huh?
No, you don't.
So, hey, you have to get...
Do I got to deal drugs like JFK and his brother, huh?
No.
Well, not drugs, alcohol, but, whatever. Huh? What do I got to do?
So you have to have... There's like a lot of criteria to be a president. You have to get people the votes. You got to be likable, and you have to kind of maybe lie a little. You have to
lie a little.
See, I think you got to be violent as a president. I do. I think you got to be willing to be a motherfucker. Well, I think that's the one trait Fish lacks. That I do.
Like you sitting down with Putin. You think
you put Fish in Obama's place from 2008 to 2016.
Yep. 8-16, yep.
He doesn't drop a single bomb. I double Obama's output. Fucking.
And we got the free cam for this.
Here we go.
This is. Okay, look at 89 votes. 61% are going with Adam for president. 39% for Fish. Fish, you got beat out. Just sorry, Fish.
Jeff, when I say lie a little, you can't tell people, hey, gas prices are going to go massively up before I'm president.
What? If I'm
you gotta
honest,
lie and say
if I am honest,
stable.
though, look, I'm not a politician. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm super educated or more educated than all of you. What I will say is we spend way too much money not to take care of ourselves here in our own country.
Well, we spend it to other countries.
I like the billions that are going to Ukraine. Yeah. I don't want to get into politics. All I'm going to say is we conveniently find money for everybody else except our own people. It really drives me nuts. I'm totally out of politics. I only stick to myself. I literally live my own life. I watch sports. I work with awesome people. That's all I care about. That and my family. That's all I care about. And having said that, we conveniently find a lot of fucking money for everybody except ourselves. Yeah. Pisses me off, but that's a whole different thing.
It pisses a lot of the country off, but there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, there is something.
I'm just saying.
3 minutes left. All right, let's just.
We're almost there.
This has been a good show, though. You guys ever like the show?
No, I'm just laughing.
Hey, by the way, am I part of the awesome people you work with? Because you kind of put your hand out, so I didn't know if I was part of the...
Jesus.
No?
Say it again?
Am I part of the awesome people? You said awesome people.
Oh,
you
yeah.
work with, put your,
all
okay,
of it. Everybody
I don't know if I
room.
was counted as that. Okay.
100%.
Cool.
No,
like that.
Now, would you guys be interested in going in together? Like Vice President Fish?
See, I couldn't run with Fish because I know he wouldn't agree with a lot of the things I would say or do.
Well, the vice president really had no choice.
Yeah, but then you can,
if you need
can put together a coup and JFK me though.
How about
right?
this?
I guess.
If you needed a vice president, someone from this network, who are you going with?
If I needed a vice president,
someone from this network.
Oh God!
So
out of all the people on shows,
from this network, yeah.
That's a question.
Could you include the back people too?
Maz?
Oh.
See, no. I'm gonna go with Maz because I want a vice president who would die and I'd be in full control, right? So like Maz is all this.
Okay,
if I'm looking for somebody to support me, if I'm looking for somebody,
no.
Oh my God! If I'm looking for somebody to support me and actually do well with me, I'd go with Jeff. Right? Jeff, level-headed, talks me off a cliff sometimes. Sometimes gets into heated arguments with me. Right? Jeff is my yin and yang, whatever. Yep, that's why we do a show so well together. Hey. So I would go with Jeff.
My guy.
Hey.
If I want to be a dictator, I'd go with Mass.
It's funny because whenever I ask you a question like that, the answer I'm expecting, you go the complete opposite of what I think. That's why I love you.
I'm just saying.
Because he's old. Okay.
I mean, look.
Okay, but even if you're gonna have to find someone else.
Hypothetically,
I see some T-Foss in there. He's
him too, right?
He's old.
And I'd get a lot of pull, right? Diversity. That's all great, right? I'd win there, but you know, we've never had a dictator. I'm just saying. And if you want
okay,
you know.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Look, I'm just saying. I love this.
Can I stick you down?
MP in the chat, WoodwardSports.com. Neil Rule's the head of the Federal Reserve. He's handling the cap.
100%.
He's handling the cap.
100%.
I was told.
I would have everybody in my cabinet assassinated day one.
Let's get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it is
fucking with you guys.
Every weekend,
you guys all have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend.
You can tell
Thank you so much.
No football.
Thank you so much for spending your mornings with us. It's appreciated. You all have a great weekend.
Yes, go watch all
Thanks
the sports.
so much. Fish, you have a great rest of your day. We're out of here. Westfall, thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend. Be warm. Be safe.
Thank you.
See you guys Monday.
Enjoy the weekend. A lot of sports. How do you not? Go watch all the All-Star and Pro Bowl.
Oh,